we're talking regularly.
Yeah, even though we get real loud during the podcast.
Super loud, but that's okay.
Okay, we'll turn this down just
a whisper.
All right.
Keep rolling. I faked you out hard there.
Oh my God. Just so everybody gets a little reference, we were just talking about some shit. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to start. And then Chris just comes out, rolling.
Episode 12.
My God, man.
3 months.
Actually.
It is. It has to be, right?
Cheers.
We've done one a week for 12.
Oh, yeah. It's episode 12. Shows you how much I pay attention.
I'm going to apologize in advance. I mentioned to you just before, but for anyone listening, as if I'm not dumb enough on the podcast, I've been working the last 3 out of 4 nights and my mind is mostly melted.
Yeah.
So let's just sprinkle a little Jameson's on top of that and see what happens.
Dude, this tastes fantastic.
It's
I
delicious.
miss Jameson's. I kind of miss our go-tos.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, I miss a little wild turkey.
Gobbledygook?
And I'm a big fan of Gibson's.
I don't think I've ever really had Gibson's.
Oh, well, I'll pick one up for Saturday.
Cool.
Yeah. Ah, dude, I cannot wait.
Mike motherfucking Tyson, Roy motherfucking Jones Jr. One of my favorite rap songs ever is a Roy Jones Jr. song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
It's fucking hilarious.
That's sick.
My cousin showed it to me when I was like in grade 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's called Can't Be Touched. And the reason we liked it so much is because like majority of the beat is just dogs barking. It's fucking fantastic. He's
nice.
Like do 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 do, and then that in that little break between the do 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 starting again, it's like bark 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 bark.
That's so dumb.
I love it. I'll show you the song after.
Yeah,
for anyone
please.
out there listening, listen to "Can't Be Touched" by Roy Jones Jr.
And tune back into the podcast.
It's such a fucking great bad rap song. It like
Dude, you gotta love bad rap.
Yeah,
some of the best rap is bad rap.
It's perfect.
Oh my God.
He rhymes hot damn for a full verse. Like it's like the first line he like ends with hot damn and then everything is rhymed off of hot damn.
Oh my
Every
God.
sentence after has a hot damn. Is perfect.
That's fucking awesome.
For those listening, Mike Tyson is fighting Roy Jones Jr. this Saturday, November 28th.
Yeah. I think pay-per-view
Battle of the fucking senior citizens.
I think pay-per-view starts at 9 p.m. I don't know. I would imagine there's prelims.
I don't think so.
No? That's one thing I don't know.
What it would be on.
The only 2 fights I know that are happening, and apparently there's like some other fights that are happening that are like
looked it up when we were
worth
on there.
watching. Like it's not just...
There's real boxers on this card.
Yeah.
A couple heavyweight fights. There's guys with boxing records going. I'm excited.
Okay. Well, yeah, Jake Paul has a boxing record, bro.
He certainly does.
And he's actually like registered in the boxing...
He would have to be for this. He's a registered amateur at least.
Yeah.
But well, then he's got to be professional because he's making money for this for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
probably
making a lot of money.
100%. Dude, I was telling you earlier, he's putting out videos every week leading up to the fight. So I think there's 3 episodes right now. Can't remember what it's called, but it's on his YouTube channel. It features both of them.
Yeah.
And dude, he talks so much shit. He's like the YouTube version of Conor McGregor. Honestly. And I love it because it builds hype. It builds a lot of, what do you call it? Like hype, I guess, around the fight.
I'll bet you there's a lot of people that are going to buy this fight that are just fans of Jake Paul and probably don't know who the fuck Mike Tyson or Roy Jones Jr. are.
I guarantee you there's a shit ton of people watching the fight just to see if Jake Paul gets knocked the fuck out because they don't like Jake Paul.
Well, if you're into the whole YouTube world,
yeah,
because a lot of people are, like they have their favorite YouTube personalities and they get involved in the YouTube beefs.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of people tuning in to get knocked out. That's why people tune in to fucking watch Mayweather fucking fight.
Yep.
The last 4 fights I watched of Mayweather I was hoping he would lose. He never did.
No, he's too good.
Pacquiao, McGregor, and then there was 2 other ones before that.
I don't even count McGregor.
Okay, but still.
Yeah, it was still a fight. Yeah.
I'm not a big McGregor fan, but I was hoping he fucking beat him.
Oh, me too. I was rooting for McGregor, but at the same time, I knew deep down
there's no fucking way.
There's no chance because of Mayweather's defensive skills. It's insane.
He's probably the best ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fucking pumped up for this Saturday.
Wait. I'm very excited to. I've been watching the episodes on Jake Paul, like his little series on YouTube there. Dude, I've watched and read nothing. He's making so much money just off those videos alone.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a shithead, but listen, he's hustling and grinding. You got to respect it.
He's not my biggest fan, but all I know him is through fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's really not much to judge.
I know him because a couple months ago he got some gun charges. That's all I know.
Apparently that was all fucking bullshit.
Hoopla?
Yeah, it was like nothing happened, obviously.
Yeah. I think they raided, but I think it was over other shit and they found guns.
I honestly have no
I'm not up to date on the YouTube. I shouldn't even be talking about this.
I really didn't pay attention to it.
I don't even think I've ever heard his voice.
Really?
Yeah.
I watch Logan Paul's podcast a lot.
I've seen
it's
Logan.
One of my favorites right
I've
now.
seen Logan Paul. I got Vine when Vine first came out. Of course I did. I was really into Vine in grade 9. I think that was that time.
You're in grade 9.
Yeah. Well, not a whole lot. I haven't gotten too much smarter since. And he was one of the first like Vine. That's how I found out what Logan Paul was.
Okay.
And then I think that's how he got his start, was like doing Vine shit. And then obviously that all turns into some sort of social media dude.
I'd never watched any of Logan Paul or Jake Paul's shit. The only Jake Paul shit I've watched is this.
Leading up to the fight.
Yeah, leading up to the fight. Like his series thing. Haven't touched any of his other like YouTube content. But the Logan Paul, it's just recently when he put out his podcast, it came up on my YouTube. Because I watch Joe Rogan's on YouTube.
Targeted ads.
I got some shit to talk to you about targeted ads.
Oh, do you?
Oh my God.
All right, let's finish up the fucking fight shit first.
Yeah, no, I cannot wait to watch this fight. Like, I was telling you, what was it? Like yesterday, dude. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would take exhibition off the card because
it's not a fucking exhibition.
Yeah, I know damn well this is not an exhibition. And I know damn well both them fighters are going in there trying to take off each other's heads.
And I think this is going to be 3 fights, no matter how you slice it. Unless someone gets knocked out.
Or something happens between the next fight.
I was talking with our buddy, one of our buddies today about it. And he was saying that he brought up a point. He's like, I just hope none of them get knocked out. And I was thinking, but I'm like, fuck, it's a good point. Because if one of these, like, they're both in their 50s. And getting punched by fucking Mike Tyson or Roy Jones Jr. is detrimental to your health on a fucking good day.
Yeah.
And then if one of these guys get fucking leveled, like, they'll never fight again. And then that's how they're going to go out.
Yeah.
Like, one of these guys is going to go out. I'd rather them go out on a fucking decision and then they can run it back and beat the shit out of each other too.
Fucking brawl.
But if one of these guys gets fucking leveled in the first or second round and like it looks bad.
I think if they get leveled in any round, it's going to be bad.
I think so too.
But you got to know Mike Tyson is not going in there trying to be, let's just put on a show.
Yeah,
like,
so
Mike Tyson's going in there to rip this guy's head off.
Well, he was asking me who I got, and I think it's going to be close as fuck.
Yeah.
I give a slight edge to Tyson. And I mean in my own mind.
Like a 5%?
Like a narrow margin.
Yeah.
Like if the odds on the fight are like out of 100, I'm giving 53% to Tyson to win.
Yeah.
And then the other fucking 47 to Roy.
Yeah.
And that's only because Tyson's gone full-blown fucking psychopath in preparations for this fight. He's gone back to I know. But that's
how he was, right?
But his last few fights when he was pro, I think he was like 1 foot out the door. So he wasn't fully engaged in it, right? And he was losing and shit.
Yeah.
This time it's like he's fucking 18 again, it seems, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
And also Roy Jones Jr., the reason I'm not counting him out, 1, because he's one of the best ever.
Yeah.
But 2, he was fighting up until like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
He had a fight at like 50.
Yeah. He was still fighting way after Mike Tyson stopped. Like you said, he was fighting. It was very recently.
And he's in the gym training all the time because he's got a number of fighters under him.
He hasn't stopped where Mike Tyson stopped.
For years. But that's like riding a bike. You don't fucking lose that shit.
Well, yeah, 100%. But I was watching his Joe Rogan episode and he was saying he noticed he was getting a little like plump around the edges. And he's like, I got to start doing something. But his fear was he'd get back in the gym and he'd fucking release the dragon again.
Yeah.
And he did. Sure enough, he started running, and it started out 15 minutes a day. Then it went to 30 minutes a day. Then it went to fucking 2 hours a day. And now he's got to fight.
You can't fuck with pro athletes on that level.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. And he knew, he goes, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. And that's why he didn't do it.
And here's the other thing.
He needed to do
Here's the other thing, too. He's one of those guys, him and Holyfield, they both went broke. They both made like $500 million each, and then they both lost it all.
Yeah.
And I think Tyson's recouped it a fair bit in the last 10 years. Like, he's done a few movies. He's done, he did a one-man Broadway show, which was on HBO I watched years ago.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. But he did that, so I'm sure he made a few bucks off that. But then when someone comes dangling, I'm betting they're making $40 million off this fight.
Dude,
so when someone comes and is like, here's $40 million,
yeah,
and you've been used to fucking having $40 million just lying around in cash,
yeah,
fucking, it's a chance to sort of get back to like your family's covered forever again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got
I'm really curious
bills
to see how this whole like Jake Paul and Logan Paul thing, like boxing and KSI, with them getting into the boxing realm and where that's going to go. Because again, I don't see them fighting actual amateur boxers who have been doing it since they were 4.
It's going to end with them in MMA.
See, I don't think so. I think MMA is too far. I think MMA, there's too many
But
variables.
Logan was a wrestler in college.
Yeah, but I think there's too many variables. Boxing, you're just worried about hands. You're not worried about getting fucking takedowns.
There's a dude who
kicked.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like, there's just so many different things you got to worry about.
Just focus on your striking.
Yeah.
Bob and weave.
Bob and weave. You're just worrying about movement
Hit
and
the body.
In their hands.
Yeah.
Right? But I just don't... I see this whole, like, YouTube thing going where it'll be, like, Logan Paul versus, like, either another athlete that hasn't boxed or maybe has, like, 2 fights.
If people keep willing to pay them tens of millions of dollars,
it's
keep fucking doing it.
Dude, again, between both Jake Paul and Logan Paul, there are so many fucking people that want to see them fail or get knocked the fuck out that they will pay for these fights.
Yes.
There's no doubt in my mind they could do this.
$50 a pop.
Oh my God. And there's going to be sponsors, because every time you sponsor, it's going to get thrown up on either one of their YouTube channels. And let me do a little just fact check here. How many subscribers does Logan Paul have? How many?
Can I make a prediction? And I don't watch, just to preface this, I don't watch either of their shit. Yeah. I just know who they are. I'm going to say he's got like 15 million subscribers.
Okay, so this was published in April 7th, 2018. 17 million subscribers. I guess I could go to
that's
YouTube
2 years
and
ago.
Just literally
yeah, that's what I thought you were going to do.
No, I typed it into Google like an idiot.
So you just got the latest news article.
22.6 million subscribers. So just Logan Paul himself. KSI 11.1 million. If this is actually KSI's channel, which I would believe so. Yeah.
You got to assume 11 million. If it's not his channel,
JJ.
Fucked if I know.
Neither do I. But there's 33 million people
that are diehard fans.
Just being released, like content being released to one platform.
Yeah.
Never mind Twitter and all these other platforms that these guys are on.
Yeah.
And then again, who runs the boxing shit now? It's not HBO.
No, it's DAZN was big into it for a bit. But this is pay-per-view, so I don't know who the fuck's doing it. But they have the I just saw the commentary team not too long ago, but it's a mismatched crowd.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have no idea. But then again, you have all that side and all their promotion that they're doing for it. Like,
and here's the other thing: the amount of people that are tuning in just to watch Mike Tyson, that still adds fucking money to their pockets because they're getting. I don't think they're getting a good clip of pay-per-view, but I would say they're getting a certain percentage.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine.
Yeah. Most of the pay-per-views,
they're not getting. There's no tickets either.
No tickets.
I think you're only allowed your team, and even then, it's
I think they're talking. I think there's like chance that this could set pay-per-view records. It's a great time.
100%.
Most of the world has just gone back into some sort of strict lockdown, including us.
Yep.
So people are sitting around at home with nothing to do. You might as well watch fucking Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. smash each other in the head. Exactly. Just
There's
that name
so
alone.
many people that watched Mike Tyson when they were younger that are dying to watch it now.
Yeah.
Or us who
just
enjoy watching fights and boxing and MMA
but we
and all
just
this
missed
shit.
Tyson.
And we grew in the era where we
with
just missed fucking Tyson. Oh, dude, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited.
I'm with you though, because today was the day that I kind of like actually thought about the fight and shit. And I was talking to a few different people. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm excited as shit for this.
Yeah.
Because it was just a date on a calendar before, and now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, this is gonna be fucking crazy. It's also like the fucking Bizarro world. It's like down is up is down. Because you got two 50-year-olds that are headlining one of the biggest pay-per-views ever. You got a YouTuber fighting an ex-NBA dunk champion on the card. And then
that guy's going to get his fucking...
Perfect. I hope you bring well, because I'm going to gamble aggressively on the weekend.
Okay.
I'm most excited for gambling. I've done no research.
I really think he's going to...
That's when I'm at my best.
I really think this NBA guy doesn't really know what's going to happen when he steps on the ring. And again, I'm giving Jake the higher percentage here to win the fight because he's been in the ring and had a fight before. Sure, fine. It was one.
Against another YouTuber.
One is better than none. Yeah, but this guy is an NBA. Whether the other guy's a YouTuber, he's still trained to be to box.
All right.
This guy is an NBA dude. Again.
I'll take the NBA.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, shake on it. Okay. For you out there, we just shook on it.
All right. I'll take the NBA. We'll sort out the money later. Because maybe we'll do certain money per fight. But we'll talk about that later. Or we can just do a one-off.
We'll discuss on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm taking the NBA. Is because Greg Hardy used to play, he was like a defensive end in the NFL.
Okay.
And now he's had like 6 fights in the UFC this year. I've seen like 3 or 4.
Right.
And he's in his mid to late 30s, probably around this guy's age. But he's an ex-pro athlete, so he knows how to fucking train, and he knows how to stay in the business. Whether it's his first fight or his 10th fight, I think that there's a different mentality when it comes to being a pro athlete. I think this guy will have his fucking shit together. And
I'm not saying he's not going to have his shit together.
I know you're not. I'm just basing why I think he's going to win. And the bright lights obviously aren't going to fucking bother him. He's played in professional arenas. He's won championships.
Right.
He's won a couple dunk contests.
That's not going to fucking...
None of that shit's going to phase him.
No.
I don't think it's going to phase Jake Paul either.
No. He's been in the spotlight
But I think there's a different mentality between when you have done nothing but train to be a professional athlete since probably the age of 12 to now, this is just the next thing. So my career is over. What am I going to do now? Hey, I've seen a few other pro athletes go the MMA route, the boxing route. I'll try my hand to that. They've been pretty successful because they know how to fucking work for things when it comes out, especially athletics.
So the one thing that I need to look at...
$1,000 I'll put on the fight.
Okay, I don't have $1,000 to drop on this fight.
Neither do I.
The one thing I haven't seen from the NBA guy is any sparring clips from him.
I've seen nothing from anyone.
I know you haven't seen Dick.
Yeah.
But again, it's probably because like Jake's YouTube is coming up because I watch Logan's podcast.
They're swallowing all of the attention.
100%. But the thing with the promotion that's happening on Jake's channel, it's also showing the NBA player's side. It's also showing his training and all this. But you just see so much more with I don't know, Jake's already sparred like 3 people. I don't think in any one of the videos has it shown this NBA guy spar with anybody.
Nate Robinson is his name, by the way. I totally forgot.
Nate Robinson?
Nate Robinson.
So I haven't seen Nate spar with anybody. So it's hard to say what's actually going to pan out. I've watched Jake spar with dudes and fuck them up.
Yeah.
His jab hits hard.
Is it better or worse than mine?
I'm going to have to go better.
How dare
by a lot.
The extent of my boxing career is 5 a.m. drunk boxing in your garage.
Yeah. And Rob, I think, cracked my ribs.
Yeah. I bloodied his lip.
Fantastic.
I bruised the fuck out of my heel. I stepped back onto one of your weights and I couldn't walk for days.
That was definitely not the place to spar.
in a garage at
that have
5
2
a.m.
feet like on either side that you can
we've been
move.
in the fucking pub all night. So
oh yeah, that was fucking hilarious though.
That's the extent of my boxing career.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna make it.
I think you should stick to your day job. Man, I'm thoroughly enjoying the whiskey tonight.
It's the Irishman.
It's very sweet.
I noticed that.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
I hate to be the guy that's like.
Well, the problem is because we're such fucking degenerates. We've
tried
understand the difference in taste now. I used to think people were fucking around with it's just fucking sweet or whatever.
But again, when you drink it enough, you notice.
Drinking enough, that it does have a sweet flavor to it.
Yeah. Well, again, I think if you drink Jameson, if you've only had Jamesons, I didn't again, when we used to only drink Jameson and Gibson and Wild Turkey, I would only drink it near the end of the night.
Turkey.
Oh, we used to drink it out of the fucking bottle.
I know.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
You want more?
Just a little smidge,
Just a whisper?
Yeah. Just a whisper. But
what were you saying before? We were talking about some, and then
the whiskey. It
was something about targeted ads. You were gonna go on some fucking.
We're gonna save that for a little later because that's gonna last a long time. I do want to talk about documentary filming.
Okay,
dude, I put on Untamed Romania. So it's literally.
Was it a documentary of my wife?
No, it's literally.
Was it about my fiance?
No. But she did feature in it.
Yeah.
It was.
Romania's cool as fuck. I was there last summer.
It was just like animals in nature in Romania.
They go on about the fucking grizzly bears?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of turned it off there because I kind of got bored. I had it on.
Grizzly bears bore you?
No. But okay, just listen. I had it on while I was editing. Yeah. You know the guy's voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was not really putting me to sleep, but it was mellowing me out too much. And I stopped doing my work as productively as I could.
Zoning out.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this needs to go off. I need to get a podcast or something on here that I can
get my shit together. Stimulate the old brain. The old neurons, get them firing.
But dude, in the first 10 seconds of it starting, I just realized how crazy these documentary videographers actually are.
Yes.
Dude, they spend weeks, if not months, in either one literally one spot.
For one 30-second shot.
Literally a 3 foot by 3 foot square. They don't move from it for not even 10 seconds of footage.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
And the I'll give a kudos to technology too, because
helps.
What you can do with video nowadays.
And how far away you can be too.
How far away you can be, how slow you can slow down video.
Mm-hmm.
There's cameras that do 1,000 frames a second. You can literally.
And they're not even special high-speed cameras, I bet.
Well, some are. But you can literally watch a bullet go through the air with some of the cameras. It's fucked.
Wow.
Yeah. It's absolutely absurd. So, again,
if you want a good one to watch, there's one. It's on Netflix, and I think it's called Wild at Night or something like that. And they use these high tech. You saw that one?
Yeah, I'm halfway through it. Again, I fell asleep.
Okay,
I put it on late at night.
Just to let people know what we're talking about. There's this one on Netflix, and if you haven't seen it and you're into animal shows,
Wild at Night,
I forget the name of it.
Night on Earth.
Night on Earth.
Yeah.
So they use these high tech cameras, and when there's a full moon out with these cameras, it looks like daytime.
Yeah,
it's insane. They photograph animals from all over the world. I think the first one is the savannah in Africa, and they're watching lions and shit hunt at nighttime.
Cool
they captured a bunch of shit, but even when it was no moon out with these cameras, you can see clearly. It's just just a darker frame.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild.
Yeah,
the fucking technology they have.
So cool.
So I want to talk about you since you brought up Romania. When I was there,
did you see grizzlies?
I did.
Oh fuck! How close?
Fucking 10 feet away. We pulled over. There was one sitting on the side of the fucking road. Yeah. Okay.
You were in a car, but still.
He was sitting right there. I got a photo on my phone. I'll show you after.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
So we did this. I forget the name of the road, but there's this really famous road in Romania.
Yeah.
And it's people drivers go there all over the world. Cyclists do it. And you basically go right up this mountain. You go up to 7,200 feet.
Holy shit.
And you start in a fucking valley. And you look and you're it doesn't look like a mountain, but when you're up there, okay, there's snow.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Beautiful trip. And so you go up this mountain and then you come back down the other side. The other side's not as nice and not as windy.
Yeah.
Literally, when you're at the top, it looks like a river flowing down, but it's just a street. So we're coming back down this road, and on the backside of this mountain, you can do certain things. Like there's this big dam that the fucking ex-dictator built. He's like, look at how great we are in Romania. Built this fucking dam that they don't even use anymore. It's gigantic, but it's just defunct.
Yeah.
So that's like a sight to see. And also Dracula's castle's there. Which is cool. So that's where we were headed. That was the reason we took this road. One, the road's beautiful, good sight to see, but also
how are the roads like
paved?
No, like sketchy, something like
supremely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're fucking not good.
That's one thing
I
would love to go to Romania and want like just from like listening to Antonia's parents like talk about it and shit, and like Antonia talk about it. This
was my experience in Romania. It's fucking beautiful. I loved it. The driving there is the scariest shit I've ever experienced in my entire life. I'm not exaggerating. It got so bad that I couldn't even look out the front window anymore. I had to just like look out the side because every 10 seconds I'm like, we're dying now. Now we're dead. And now it's fucked. We were in a Volkswagen. We rented this Volkswagen van.
Yeah.
Because there was 5 of us plus all of our luggage. My father-in-law.
Okay.
He's
but he's from Romania.
Yeah, so it's good that he's driving because he understands how they drive. But he's also a fucking aggressive driver here. And over there, they put aggressive driving.
I was gonna say, but it's because he's coming from there and they're aggressive as fuck.
Exactly. So we get there and I thought I knew what fucking driving was. It's psychotic there. So the biggest problem in Romania is the infrastructure isn't there. So they don't have major highways running through the country, and it's a big country, and there's a lot to see and a lot to get to, but they're still operating basically on country roads. So Woodbine up here is a 2-lane road. That's how they get around in their country. So if you want to get anywhere fast, you're fucking passing people aggressively. So when I say aggressive, like if there's a car coming, people are still pulling out in front into oncoming traffic, doing well over 130 kilometers an hour. Bombing it towards trying to pass. People were fucking passing on 2-lane roads on 90-degree blind corners. So on this road that we're talking about here, if you're asking if it's sketchy, the roads there are well maintained.
Okay.
And they do have they have a pretty good highway system now.
Is it like a car and a half like roads? Like that's all you got for...
You got 2 lanes.
Okay.
One goes this way,
2 cars.
One goes that way.
So you can fit 2 cars. Okay, comfortably.
Yes.
Okay. But that's one thing that sketches me out.
But the lanes of yours are not like lane and a half, or like they're not.
No. Yeah. No, but like you see some roads and it's like they just fit 2 cars passing.
Yeah.
They're doing
I know
like
you're talking about.
a kilometer past each other just to make sure the other dude doesn't fall off the fucking cliff.
Oh no, they don't give a fuck about cliffs in Romania.
Oh my
so it's not so much the roads that are sketchy; it's the drivers that are sketchy. Right. And they do have a highway system now that they're starting to put in place.
Right.
Thankfully, to like, because I'm sure no one wears a fucking seatbelt. It's like advised, like you shouldn't wear seatbelts.
When you're going 130 and you're going into oncoming
you're dead
traffic,
no matter what.
It doesn't matter if you have a seatbelt on
funny
or not.
It's funny the things that are there. Like the first advice I got was from Antonia's cousin, and he's a brain doctor. He's a neuroscientist, literally.
Yeah.
He's a really smart fucking dude.
Yeah.
But he's fat as fuck. All he drinks is Coca-Cola, Jack Daniels, and coffee, and smokes like a fucking chimney. I didn't even see him take a sip of water once. The fucking first morning, we're drinking the moonshine. So the next day, I'm like, whatever, like wake up.
Yeah.
Also, we're staying in Transylvania our first 2 weeks there.
Yeah.
Our first week there. And we have this amazing Airbnb. So, you know, when you see like postcard photos of like Austria and all you see is mountains, and then on like every like hilltop in the distance, you're like, oh, there's a house. There's a house. It's like that. We were there.
That's so cool.
I open up my fucking windows in the morning. I'll show you all these photos. Yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah, but I was in my own room. Open up the windows, and all you see is that's what you see every morning. Is that it's like pristine. It was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. So the next morning, I'm in this beautiful place. I get up, so I'm taking my time. He's like, "Chris, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." He's like, "For hangover, you take 1 cigarette, you have some coffee." Very fine. Very fine.
No, what makes this even funnier is you haven't
smoke.
had a cigarette since I don't know when.
Probably 5 years now.
And
I don't even like the smell of coffee.
Hates coffee. Like
coffee makes me angry.
Yeah.
The idea of coffee makes me physically angry. And I'm watching this guy drink fucking Coca-Cola at 9 a.m. I'm like, are you sure you're a fucking doctor?
I know so many people that do that, and I have no idea how they can do that.
He doesn't wear a seatbelt so long, you know, when like beeps aggressively at you. All the cars there, because they have to meet European Union standards. They all have seatbelt. They're like beep, 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 beep. When I was driving with him, it went on for 5 minutes until it eventually timed out. And I didn't know how long they went until they timed out. 5 minutes.
I don't think ours time out though.
We were the only ones there. Yeah, they do.
No, because I drove all the way down to Bloomington and Eglinton.
What?
With Cisco in my passenger
Bloomington
seat.
and Eglinton.
No, not Bloomington. Bathurst.
Bathurst, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Down, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like down,
yeah.
yeah. Like, what's that, like north of Etobicoke?
Mm-hmm.
We drove down there because he was doing his fucking treatments and shit. And fucking seatbelt going off. Now, for everybody out there, Cisco was my old lab.
Oh, was he did they think he was a passenger?
Yeah, because he weighed fucking like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, my bag today, I went down to Markham to shoot an exterior of a house. And my camera bag set off my thing because it was so heavy.
Jesus.
I'm like, fuck, this better.
So yours didn't time out?
No, mine didn't.
Holy fuck.
Mine would beep and then it would stop, but then it would start again. It would start back up.
So and maybe like if he leaned on the sensor or something like that in certain ways.
Maybe, but eventually I got smart enough to put the seatbelt across before he got in.
Good call.
Yeah.
Only the 5th time you figured that one out.
No, it's probably like the 12th. It took me a while. We got there.
So we're the only ones in Romania that wear seatbelts, and they drive aggressive as fuck.
You guys look like lunatics.
Yeah, it's a unique world because they were behind the Iron Curtain under communism until the early 90s, or late 80s, early 90s. So they're sort of like, I would put them like 35 years. They're living like how we lived in the 80s.
Okay.
As far as like, everyone smokes. They smoke.
They're way behind.
They smoke everywhere. Yeah. They smoke everywhere.
Sorry, just had to throw that one out.
No seatbelts, drink like fish. It's pretty, I like it though. Like I loved being there. It was a fucking blast.
Yeah.
And
I would love to go, but I would love to go with like you and Antonia and like her family.
Yeah.
Because they're going to show us around. They're going to help us fucking.
And the thing is,
they're going to tell us what's what.
Yeah. And they'll show you like the good spots. Like,
and I'm not saying that you guys don't know, but.
No, we don't. We don't know. Antonia knows the language. I was going to say. But thankfully.
She can at least help me tell me what to order.
Yeah. Well, what you order is Palinka. Palinka's fucking, that's the moonshine. That's all you need to know.
Oh, that's all I need?
That's all you need to know.
Perfect. That's what cures my hangover.
Yeah. No seatbelts. The driving is unbelievable. So we're on this road up the mountain. And on this mountain, there's cyclists all over the place. And these are actually probably a lane and a half roads on the turns.
Sure.
And we're like every turn's 90 because you go up a hill, 90, and come back up.
Come back. Yeah.
So
90 or 180 because you're going up the mountain.
It's pretty much a straight 90. It's like
it's a 180.
Yeah, it's a 180.
It's a 180.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Math.
Because you're going up the mountain, right?
It's for sure.
Yeah. It's 180.
Definitely 180.
You're doing a hairpin. Chris is going out there. Guys, why are we going in a circle? Because Chris keeps doing 90 turns.
I'm just driving in a square.
Yeah.
So we're going up this mountain, and Tony is fucking. So we're in one van.
Yeah.
And we're in a Volkswagen van. It's like it looks like a service vehicle because we just had all of our luggage. Plus, there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
We're in one van, and her other family, her cousin, husband, and their 3 kids are in a vehicle behind us. They got one car behind us, and this was an outrage I cannot stand because they had to be directly behind us. So he's trying to fucking catch up to us on this mountain pass road. Several times. The last time he did it, he caught us on a fucking on one of those 90-degree turns.
Yeah, I'm not on the 90
also known as 180 degrees.
Or a hairpin.
Catches us on one of those. I remember this distinctly. There's cyclists on the right-hand side. So as you're making this turn, you can't go fully into your lane because there's cyclists there. There's cars coming from the other way, and he fucking passes the car behind us to get behind us. which wasn't needed because we were going to make stops along the way. Yeah. Also, you can still fucking see us, bro.
Yeah,
there's a one-way car. It's a one-way road, basically.
Yeah, we're one car, guys.
So that's how they drive in Romania.
That's crazy.
It was psychotic. It was like,
insane.
It was fucking bad. Like, I remember we had to yell at my father-in-law a couple times, like, please stop driving like this. Didn't work, but it made us feel better.
Yeah.
It was rough.
He's probably like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
what are you talking about? I'm driving fine.
I didn't realize, like, I don't generally think I have death anxiety, but I did during that driving there.
That's one thing I'm like, and again, I haven't really done it a lot. I have a bad thing with control. Yeah,
you're out of control. Like, that's for sure.
No, but like, if I'm driving on those crazy roads,
it's totally
I would rather be the one driving.
I agree.
Because I'm in control of my own fate, you know?
That's why I don't get on the back of a motorcycle.
Yeah, same.
Never.
ATVs, snowmobiles, I don't.
All that shit.
Fuck that. You want to go out? Go up. Okay. Yeah. I'll hop on the other one.
I'll be behind you. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but I am not hopping on the back with somebody. Those things are too scary.
And basically, driving in Romania is like being on the back of a snowmobile on the world's sketchiest trails, and you're going double the limit that you should be at all times. At all times. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
But I loved it. And it's a fucking cool country because in the north where Transylvania is, there's a fuckload of cool shit to see. Like, it's all mountains.
Yeah.
Down the south is a totally different landscape. Out to the east is the Black Sea, which we didn't go to. But again, like, you can go, like, there's like beaches, there's everything. It's fucking awesome. And I remembered why we got on this story. Grizzly bears. So on the backside of this road that we're talking about, we fucking, all of a sudden cars start braking. No one brakes in Romania. So something's up.
Something's up.
So there's a fucking grizzly bear sitting on his ass.
Just chilling.
Just like sitting upright like a fucking human. Just chilling on the side of the road. And
just watching the cars go by.
Just literally sitting right there. And it's like, he's on this little dirt alcove. So we pull over, we snap a few photos of him. And I'm going to say we're like an hour from Dracula's castle. So we get to Dracula's castle and we're down the bottom and you look up at the top of the hill and it's at the top of a mountain. Like, it would probably take us like a good hour and a half to hike up this trail. It would have been a good walk because you're walking up a mountain. We get there and it's fucking totally closed shut because there's a grizzly bear with 3 cubs in the area.
Yikes.
And here's the other thing about Romania because they're not fucking too fussed on safety. So, you know, some shit happened if it was so bad that they closed one of their major tourist attractions because for sure someone got mauled a couple times or a couple different people.
Yeah.
Because she's on this hill. There's one trail up, and
good luck.
Fucking
She's
good luck.
She's got to feed her cubs, bro.
And they're legit grizzly bears. Like, they're fucking brown bears, the size of the ones we have in Alberta. They'll fucking hurt. They'll ruin your day.
Massive.
Yeah. So we just saw it from the bottom of the hill, and then we realized, we're like, fuck, I don't know if we even planned enough time to get up there and back.
Did you see any, like, boar?
Any wild pigs? No. I saw domestic pigs that we slaughtered and ate.
Okay, so in one of the first like segments it takes you to are like wolves and like look like a wild boar.
I'm sure they're there, yeah.
Dude, I don't know if they're
huge.
I don't know if their wolves are fucking tiny or if the boars are just absurdly ginormous.
Wild pigs are gigantic.
Dude.
Like 400 plus pounds.
It was bigger. I would have thought the wolves would like slightly bigger. I didn't expect it to be like the wolves to be a lot bigger. No, they look like fucking huskies.
And they were probably 200-pound wolves. They were probably gigantic.
They look like huskies beside this fucking boar.
The wolves in Romania are
and huskies aren't very big dogs.
No, they're tiny.
Yeah.
But they're probably like 80 pounds.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, maybe 100-pound like dog.
Romania's wolves are so big that's where the legend of werewolves come from.
Dude.
So how big is that fucking pig?
Fucking ginormous.
Way too big.
Yeah, way too big.
Did he have big old tusks on him too?
No.
Didn't eat him. Just he's like, you're not eating.
It was a girl.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they have tusks or not.
I don't know either.
It didn't have tusks though.
No.
But definitely check it out. I'm gonna watch the rest of it. But
I've seen it on. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on. Netflix.
I've seen it on there. I just haven't watched
definitely
it.
check it out.
Well, I was there.
Basically
the same thing.
You didn't see everything.
No,
and I
didn't see any of the wildlife. Not a lot of it, anyway.
That definitely you didn't see.
But there's a lot of fucking forest up there, so there's a lot of big shit.
Yeah.
Like you're there and you're like, oh yeah, this is good habitat for wolves, grizzly bears,
all the shit that's
all
gonna
of
kill me.
the fucking scary shit that you don't want to be out at nighttime with. Yeah.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my. Did you ever see the video? I think it turned out to be fake, but I remember watching this in like grade 5 on E-Bombs World. So that's how you know it's a good one. It was,
yeah, definitely fake if it was on E-Bombs.
There was a rumor that a dude hung himself on the set of Wizard of Oz and is actually in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know if that was fake though.
It was a prop thing that fell.
Oh, really?
So,
because I remember
you know the video I'm talking about.
Literally looks like a dude hangs himself.
Looks like
in the
a dude
background.
fucking hangs himself in the background in the woods. But no, apparently it was like, you know those sandbag things?
Allegedly.
That's what I would say too.
Allegedly it was a sandbag that fell.
You know how easy it was to have fake news in 1934? It's like it was a sandbag that fell. Get over it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
shut your mouth.
Fucking
Meanwhile, that's the guy they picked on.
The lollipop kin dude is fucking have to be replaced.
It's weird how the day after that got filmed, they posted they needed
a new replacement,
a new actor.
Not a coincidence.
Weird.
It's not.
Allegedly, it was a sandbag, though.
That's what I would tell the police.
That's very mean to call a person.
Yeah, they had different standards for dwarves in fucking 1935. That's not a person; it's a sandbag. See?
Oh my god, that's so bad, bro.
It is.
Oh man,
I like it.
Okay, so where were we going with that?
Nowhere. That was it. I just didn't know if you had ever seen that video.
Yeah, no, I seen that.
That was all I had.
I didn't see it back then though. I saw it
when you were masturbating last week.
Yeah.
Suicides caught on tape.
Sandbags falling from the ceiling.
Ah, I'm soft.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. Like I saw that probably like 6 years ago. Like it wasn't that old that I had seen it, but
me and my friends discovered the internet way too young.
Yeah, I'd like to say I did too, but I didn't look at fucked up shit like that.
That's all we used to do. We used to do that in the library time.
Okay, library time is such a waste of time.
I guess.
I would always be on the computer and just either play some dumb fucking game, do, yeah. Or somebody would find some dumb fucking video for us to watch.
E-Bombs World was what we
would do. And then we'd get kicked off the computers, and then we couldn't do our work anyways. They never kicked
us off because it wasn't on one of the block sites. I think back in those days
they would tell us to get off the computer, like physically get off the computer.
Like log off.
Yeah, log off. Go sit in the corner. And it's like, well, now I can't do my work though.
Yeah, you weren't doing work before, you fucking dipshit. It's amazing the things you say when you're fucking 10. You're like, oh, a grown adult will believe this.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I was just looking at it for a second. Oh, were you? Because I saw you giggling for the last 25 minutes with 3 of your friends crowded around the computer. Yeah. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, yeah.
Go sit in the corner eating your own asshole.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, no, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So before we get on to,
you're hyping up this fucking targeted ad.
Because you know why? Because I feel like we're gonna talk about it for a long time. That's what I feel like. So I'd rather wait because I got some like little shit that I like. Again, like I watched a movie today, The Mule.
Oh, with Clint Eastwood?
Oh, dude,
was it good? I want to see it.
Fantastic movie.
Attaboy.
Yeah, really good.
He's still got it. I just watched a movie with his son.
Couldn't believe he was doing movies again.
He's 185
Dude,
years old.
he is ancient.
Yeah.
Thank God he's still alive.
Did he direct that one?
Movie. Didn't pay attention.
Okay.
But it was
heaven forbid. You can catch the midget hanging himself in the background, but you can't tell.
No, I didn't catch it. I just saw somebody post about it.
You can't tell if Clint Eastwood directed this movie or not. It says in the beginning, goddamn it.
I also had it on while I was editing. When I edit, it's either TV show, movie, or like a live podcast.
The best background show is The Office.
The Office, That 70s Show, Friends.
Is that 70s Show on Netflix?
Used to be.
Used to was?
Used to was. I have all the DVDs though.
But then you gotta...
Probably my number
Do
one...
laptops even take DVDs anymore?
No.
No, they don't, I don't think.
They really don't.
No.
You need a DVD player.
Where the fuck you get one of those?
I don't know.
I guess an Xbox or a PS3.
Yeah, but I don't even have fucking one of those hooked up.
PCs
right
still take discs. Yeah. I'm asking. I'm not stating.
So mine doesn't.
No?
No.
Holy fuck.
You
I gotta
ask
Lucas.
You can definitely build them with it.
do you even need them? Or I guess everything just
everything's online.
You just download all your games online.
Everything's online.
So you just need an external.
They're watching you because everything's online. They're collecting data on you constantly.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Let me do a Bachelorette update.
Oh, shit. I totally forgot about this.
Okay, so...
Thank God you remembered.
Okay. I also...
But go watch The Mule, guys. It was fantastic.
I was just about to fucking preface this with... I didn't remember. I had to fucking... I was a little high last time.
Okay, so you had to watch it again?
No, I had to fucking read a recap.
Get the Coles notes?
Had to get the fucking Coles notes. But I read the Coles notes, and basically I remember what happened. It's fucking getting dumber by the second.
I'm so shocked. Yeah. I'm so surprised, Chris. It's getting dumber.
So I'm going to leave out all the fucking group date shit because they did this like dumb... Like,
sure.
Like it's like it literally was like the set of "Do you want to be a fifth grader?"
Sounds
remember
awful.
That show?
Yeah.
And they like had to answer math questions and spell limousine. That was
I have no idea.
That's a highlight. Yeah, I don't know fucking how to spell limousine. Anyway, they do that one.
I'll spell limo.
Yeah. LIMNO, the N silent.
EATASS. Sorry, EATMYASS.
What are you spelling right now?
Eat my ass.
Oh, Jesus. Told you I'm fucking melted brain.
Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious.
I did that to one of our teachers in high school. She knew my sister when they worked together at the same bar and restaurant.
Yeah.
They were around the same age.
Talking. I forgot my notebook.
Okay. So they were around the same age. And this was back in the days when you could say the word retarded. So
definitely can't say that right now.
Well, you could.
Retarded.
Yeah, retarded. So you could say that back then. I think we were 16 and I just discovered that she knew my sister and she's like, "Oh, what's your sister's email? Like I should reach out to her." So
I remember this story.
So I'm like, "All right, grab a pen."
Got one.
She's like, "Okay, I got one." I'm like, IAMARETARDED at hotmail.com. And then she like starts reading. She's like, fucking laughed it off. She took it pretty well. Because again, you could say retarded back then.
Yeah.
You can't now.
No, you can't.
But most teachers wouldn't be fucking cool with that shit.
Oh, yeah. I remember her.
Yeah. She was an anthropology
teacher. She was good shit, though.
She was great.
She
was
put
really
up
good.
With our shit. Mostly yours, but...
She liked me.
Yes, allegedly.
That's subjective, I suppose. So they did this like stupid "Do you want to be a fifth grader?" thing, which doesn't accomplish anything other than like they get some dumb prize and it's a group date. But the main thing that was going on in this episode is there was two dudes beefing, and let me tell you, there's nothing fucking sadder to watch than two fucking dudes beefing at each other on this fucking shit. So this is the thing with this show. Because remember I tell you, like, there's certain themes that fucking happen every time. There's always this shit that you can bet your life on. Like, there's going to be this is going to happen at one point. There's going to be this that happens. So what happened this time is every year on The Bachelorette, there's always one person that fucking tries to sewer someone else, like by like shit talking them.
Okay.
And how they choose to spend their precious time. And I'm not using that word like in an exaggerated fashion. Like they only have a finite amount of time to speak with the bachelor or bachelorette.
Yeah.
And it's all in a controlled setting. So you better use it properly. There's guys and girls that use that time to shit talk like CJ. I don't think he's here for the right reasons. I don't think he's good enough for you. And they're like
not talking about themselves.
Not talking about her or whoever. They just talk about another
Somebody
fucking
else.
dude. They do this every fucking time and literally it never works. And you can tell it never works. Because it's one of these things when you see it happen, you're like, stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop doing this.
Stop.
Please stop fucking doing this. So this fucking,
do it for your family.
This one dude started beefing with this other dude. And it seemed really like out of the blue. He's just like, the guy came back from talking with the girl and the other guy that was just like kind of fuming and talking shit about him while he was away. He just fucking kind of unloaded on him. He's like, "You're not here for the right reasons. You're a fucking idiot, whatever the fuck."
Just blew up.
The other dude called him chicken legs and then fucking like, that was like his comeback.
That's a great comeback.
Yeah,
he probably had chicken legs.
He did.
Yeah.
He had a huge body.
No legs.
No legs.
I would ask him if he was wearing camo pants because nobody can see your legs.
Oh, right sick burn, bruh.
Get wrecked. I say that to my brother all the time.
Get wrecked.
You slammed, idiot.
So this fucking doofus decides he's going to go down the rabbit hole that everyone fails at time and time again. It never works. If it does work, like this is generally what happens. The person, which is frustrating to watch, is the person that goes to the Bachelor or Bachelorette and is like, so-and-so's a dipshit. They're not here for the right reasons, which is always what they fucking say. And the person's like, oh my God, I'm shocked and appalled to hear this. I should go talk to them. And they go and talk to them. And they just like, I heard this. I took it all as true. When half the time it's not. It's just the other person's perception.
Yeah.
It's either way, it's dumb.
Yeah.
And then they usually fuck that person off. And then the following week, they realize that the other person's going to do that, going to find another target because they're like, oh, this worked the first time. They must really like me because they listen to what I say. But like, you're not even improving your relationship with this person. You're just shit talking.
Yeah.
So anyway, he shit talks them. They kind of like quarrel a little bit. And then they go on a date. And it's like literally MMA wrestling. Like they have to like body slam each other. And they were supposed to fight. And the fucking dude that started the fucking talking shit is like, you're not here for the right reasons. It was like bad mouthing him to the girl. He fucking backed out.
What a pussy.
Yeah, he went to the fucking host of the show and he's like, I got a dislocated shoulder I've had since college. I just really don't want to re-injure it. And earlier in that episode, and I'm sure they did this for that reason, they showed him working out like this B-roll shit. And he's like doing shoulders. And he's like murdering his shoulders. He's got like 100-pound dumbbells and just like killing himself.
Bullshit.
It's pussy. Yeah, he bitched out hardcore. Yeah.
The nerves got to him.
It's pretty obvious. Like, and I was saying, I'm like, even if you're going to lose.
He didn't get a rose, did he?
He did.
Oh my God. What is this lady doing, bro?
All right. But if you've been watching the show and you realized who she was going to pick, she picked the guy that was shit talking. And she also picked the guy that was getting shit talked about. She kept them both.
They're trying to keep the fucking tension.
She kept, well, yeah, that's what they always do. They want to, they keep it for next week.
They're telling her, yo.
But also, if you see the fucking Nimrod she got rid of, you can tell just like one look at them, like there's no way in fuck they're gonna win. You can just tell.
That's a great fucking name. Nimrod. I don't even know how to spell that.
Nimrod.
Okay, we'll go over it later.
What do you mean? We just went over it. So this is also the fucking most shallow part of the show for me because I feel bad doing this, but there's certain people you can tell like as soon as you look at them, like, nope,
definitely
not a chance. And fuck, like as soon as the show starts, immediately they could cut out half the people.
Yeah,
and I could pick them for them. Yeah, and usually I'm right on those ones.
They should hire us.
Oh, I think they would be making a terrible decision.
I think we could step up the entertainment value. She might not walk away with somebody, but we could.
There's not going to be any happiness.
We could definitely increase the entertainment value for all the viewers, 100%, right away.
They're doing a pretty good job.
They could be doing better.
Yeah, they just. I think the producers of the show they just have to sell their souls to the devil and just be like, fuck it, because they just do such manipulative shit that we don't see behind.
Yeah,
and the way they cut it and stuff. Anyway, so homeboy fucking bailed out. And she ended up keeping the two dudes that were fucking quarreling.
Yeah.
And the one guy, so the thing that I like that she did is she didn't, that's fucking 12 for 12.
I didn't get one last week.
You didn't get one last week? Okay, so 11 out of 12 ain't bad. That's a good score on a test. See, they got another phone call during a podcast.
Yeah, that was my brother. He's calling me back, though. I called him on my way up.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's just, I think he's working nights, so he was sleeping.
Now he's awake as fuck.
Yeah.
And so the thing that I like that she did is because usually this never happens. It's like, I'll come to you and be like, so-and-so's a dipshit. And you're like, oh my God, they're definitely a dipshit. I should not ask their opinion on the matter. And I should definitely not look at this impartially. In fact, she did that, which was nice. And she basically told the other guy, she's like, I like you better than the other guy, more or less.
Yeah.
Sort it out.
Yeah.
So he comes back and he goes to the guy like man to man and like pulls him aside. And he's like, listen, he's like, whatever I've done to piss you off, whatever, like tries to like fucking squash it with the dude. And the one dude just like won't let it go. He's just like a fucking like a brat. He's like, no, you're
here for the wrong reason.
Yeah, like man, shut the fuck up.
Chicken Legs said that?
Yeah, Chicken Legs said it.
Fuck.
You're not gonna win. So anyway, they both got a rose, and that's like the Coles Notes version. I apologize if this is a bad review, but again, I
enjoyed it.
I was pretty tuned up.
I think we need to start doing them on Tuesdays.
Today's Tuesday. It's going on right now.
Sorry, we're late. We're running past.
It's okay. We always usually we let it record over like half hour, 40 minutes, so we can fast forward to the commercials.
So we're watching it tonight.
We certainly are. So yeah, man. There's your Bachelor review.
That was the best fucking like made up little like intro shit. Oh my god. Okay, so the other day I was trying to find like a documentary to watch. I didn't want to watch like a fictional movie, like whatever. I wanted to watch like a documentary on something that was interesting.
Okay. That's a broad term, but all right.
Well,
I'm with you. I get what you mean.
Like, I didn't want to watch about untamed Romania. Like, I didn't want to watch about nature. I wanted to watch about something like real life that kind of relates to everybody.
Watch a documentary if you're in a documentary kick. A documentary called Restrepo. Okay. Restrpo.
I'll get it. Yeah.
It's about this like remote outpost in the Korangal Valley in the Afghanistan war.
Okay.
And this journalist documentarian Sebastian Younger is embedded with them for like 18 months.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it covers the whole thing. And like there's like footage of like they do this operation called like Rock Avalanche or some shit, and there's like you like see Taliban shooting at them. Like there's like fucking like it's pretty hardcore.
Holy
it's really good documentary. I think he wrote a whole book on it, or like the book is called Tribe, and it's about human beings and like their tribal aspects, like evolutionary speaking. But I think what connected him to start to write that book was doing that documentary called Restrepo. About like, because they were like, it was just a small platoon.
I think I've seen it advertised.
Like maybe 50 guys on like literally on a hill in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That's insane.
It's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
If you're looking for documentary. So yeah, go on.
So before I continue with what I was saying, we talked about Mulan last week. I think for like just a little bit. Like it wasn't a lot.
Just because we were going hard at China.
Did you know Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character?
Does she?
Yeah, dude.
Is there a website dedicated to Disney kill counts?
No. Well, probably. Anyways,
let's find it.
Nearly took out 2,000 people over the course of the animated film, including evil leader Shan Yu. And in 1,994 Huns by the avalanche that she triggered.
Holy fuck.
So not only did she take out a shit ton of bad guys.
Wait, who were the first 2,000?
Like just in the battle.
Wait, but what was the battle before they fought the Huns?
I don't know.
Did they fight another army?
No, well, they fought, but then they triggered an avalanche, and the avalanche took out another, like,
so 2,000. There's like 3,000 dead in that one battle?
Almost 4,000.
Holy fuck.
Her kill count is just under 4,000, supposedly.
Nemo's kill count is not 4,000.
Definitely not. Maybe
half. Less than that. Maybe 3,000. That's fucking interesting.
That's cool. Eh?
What made you fucking find that, or did you stumble upon that?
I've had it for weeks. We just haven't done it.
We just happened to talk about that?
We didn't do it. Did you know? And then I was going to say it last week, but then we went from like Mulan to fucking Julius Caesar.
I'm going to write this down. I'm going to try and do some research. Maybe I'll do another impromptu top 10.
Okay.
I'll do another top 10 list about movie characters kill lists.
Yeah. You know what I find very interesting and hilarious? That supposedly in The Little Mermaid, it makes references to like dildos and like all this other shit.
It's on the cover.
Yeah.
There's dicks in the cover. In the Golden Palace.
I see. I never looked into it. I just heard like.
Yeah.
I just heard.
Now the photos I've seen could have been photoshopped. They probably were. It was probably on eBay.
But like no, like literally during the film. Or like the animated film.
There's like references to phallic objects and shit.
Yeah.
Before we get too fucking crazy into this, can we pause so I can piss?
Yeah, 100%. Piss break. Joe for the car. We should have just fucking set up on these couches.
Were you waiting for me, my love?
I was. And we're back. Yeah, okay. So, documentary kick. Finally found one called The Great Hack.
I know which one you're talking about.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I know the premise of it, I believe.
So, it starts out by saying...
Is it about Cambridge Analytica?
Yeah.
All right.
So, it starts out this guy's like talking to like a classroom of people. Not really a class. Like, there's maybe like 12 people.
There's two people in the room.
Maybe 12.
It's a classroom.
And it's like, have you ever thought your phone this is how the guy starts. Have you ever thought your phone is listening to you, or like people are listening through your phone's microphone or whatever, and everybody says
100% yes.
And it's like, okay, they're not listening to you, but they're collecting data. So everything you do on the internet, they're collecting.
And then they sell to advertisers.
Okay, so another point they said, I've just got a bunch of points that I've found very interesting.
Okay.
So it's like behavior is being accurately predicted
by algorithms and AI.
Yeah, and that's how you're getting these targeted ads. So Cambridge Analytica had 5,000 data points on every American during the 2016 election.
Yeah.
So that continued to grow till like they fucking got shut down or whatever, because I'm pretty sure they're not a thing anymore.
Yeah, and they're a Canadian company too, which is a cool thing about Cambridge Analytica.
I thought they were British.
They were British, but they were the guys that started it are Canadian. And they were like from Waterloo or something like that.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
a lot of it happened over in London. In the thing, documentary.
Here's the thing about Cambridge Analytica and shit like that is that people that don't like election results when they don't go their way like to blame things like Cambridge Analytica and stuff like that. But these things have been going on a long time, and they're used in current elections now that are going other people's way that they do like, and then they don't get brought up as often.
Yeah. Okay. So the
thing that brought them to the map was Brexit.
Yeah.
That was the one that, and then it was like. Everyone couldn't believe that Brexit actually happened. So they're like, oh my God, we need some, what happened? Cambridge Analytica, they're to blame. Well, no, there's a lot of reasons why Brexit happened, but it's not because fucking they had 5,000 data points on every person.
I think you need to watch the documentary.
I don't need to.
It's actually very, very interesting. So like the guy that's like, if I can remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it's the guy that is kind of narrating the whole documentary and is doing the whole thing. He's trying to get all the data they have on him. He's trying to
find out what it is.
He's trying to get all his data to himself.
Okay.
And there's a whole thing going on right now saying that data for a person is a person's like rights.
It should be.
It should be.
Because although we agree the terms of services, we didn't like it's $1 billion industry. Every person's data.
It surpassed.
It's like a value.
It surpassed something.
It's probably more valuable than oil.
It's more valuable than Google and Facebook and all these other companies.
Just individual people's data.
It surpassed oil.
I would bet
that's what it was. It surpassed oil.
Because now you can targeted ads to people. You know what they're clicking on, and I don't know why they're allowed to just take our data and sell it. Like, I don't think that's what everyone's agreeing to when they do these things. But it's literally every click is forming the one thing.
Yeah. So what happened was hundreds of thousands of people took a survey. And from that survey, they were able to form 4,000 to 5,000 data points that they could predict a personality of every adult in the United States. So those 4,000 to 5,000 data points that they had they were like big. Out of those hundreds of thousands of people that took the survey, it gave them enough data that they could calculate,
almost like build a criminal profile of them. Like they could profile like a person, like a general like horoscope. If a new person
came in, they could predict what that new person would be.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So one thing they kept relating to was that personality drives behavior, behavior drives how you vote. This was all on like voting.
Sure. Yeah, because this documentary came out a couple years after 2 elections went the way that people didn't want them to go.
Yeah,
and they needed someone to blame.
So mining details came from Facebook. Like that's where it all started. That was their main hub. So there was
Facebook has so much data. Like there's so many things that active users of Facebook. Apps, there's so many different things within it. So many groups. So many different things to like. So many posts and all that shit.
So this is a crazy fucking thing. So certain Facebook's apps that not only allowed them to access your data, but agreeing to the terms and services gave them access to everybody in your friends list. It gave them access to all their data.
Just by you clicking on something?
So so if you clicked on something, you have 500 people in your friends list.
Yeah.
You just gave that company
their data.
literally that 500 people, even if those 500 people never clicked on the app or took the survey, whatever it was, and you agreed to those terms and services, they got it anyways.
Yeah, it's fucked up that that's even in the terms and services. The fact that they figured out a way that they can analyze you, predict your movements based on an algorithm, and then they can sell that to Mitsubishi and Apple and whoever wants to buy it. And literally whoever wants to buy it.
So it didn't only give them...
just to sell you shit.
It didn't only give them access to status updates and likes, but it also gave them access to private messages.
100%.
So they could literally see everything you were doing.
That's the least surprising thing I've ever heard.
And so it didn't just target you as a voter, but you as a personality. So it took you as like your own thing. So again, like you were saying, it can now give you ads for Mitsubishi, fucking McDonald's, In-N-Out, whatever. It's going to give you fucking ads for.
Based on anything you click on, anything you mention. I'm sure they the algorithm's based on fucking certain keywords as it's building its profile on you. So if you click on 3 things about fucking Hyundais, and then you mention to your buddy like, hey, I'm thinking about getting a Hyundai, it's fucking cross-referencing that throughout the whole fucking thing, and then boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, next thing you know,
that's all you're getting.
That's all you got.
Like on Facebook, I don't use Facebook, but I get notifications on Facebook, and I open Facebook to clear shit.
Me too.
So
that's the only reason I use Facebook.
But what I've done in the last couple of years is I've obviously clicked on shit, and my whole Facebook feed is just Liverpool shit.
Holy fuck.
So they've built my Facebook profile.
Shit, so I don't even scroll through it anymore.
I don't scroll through
worth it.
But always the first video is like something about Liverpool, and like I might watch it. And it's like a minute and a half or whatever. And then like all the recommended videos coming down the pipe are fucking something else. Are you cold?
A little bit.
You want a sweater or something?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I also like bounce and shit.
Okay. All right.
On a regular basis. Like it's a...
Got it. It's a palsy.
Yeah. So again, people would have no idea their data was being taken because they never had to say, I agree to this, because somebody in their friends list said, I agree to this.
Sure.
Because they didn't fucking read it. And
let's
be honest, how many people actually read the terms and services?
No one.
Because if you're trying to play an app or get access to an app and you say yes, if you say no, you're not getting access to the app. So you got to say yes. And then when they say yes, now they have access to everybody's data in your fucking list.
Just on this thing, the last couple weeks I stopped using Google Maps because I know that they like Google sells your data like based on where you're driving, and like I think they'll like targetedly add you like if they see that you're going through like a Tim Hortons drive-through often. They'd use that shit. So that shit I know that they're doing whatever. Yeah. But the reason I stopped using it is because in order to use Google Maps, like turn left here or turn right there, you had to access Google Assistant, which means your microphone had to be on at all times, and they also want access to all of your contacts. I'm like, this is a fucking navigation device. Why does my microphone need to be on? Yeah. Why does Google Assistant need to be listening at all times? And that shit'll be running when you're not in the app.
I didn't know
that. So how I found this out is literally like
in their terms of
2-3 weeks ago, I typed in an address and I clicked start, and then a little like disclaimer came up, and it was like okay or cancel. And it was like, in order to use the functions of this map, you must, I just like read it, and it was like, you need to enable Google Assistant, and then like, please read the rest of the terms and things. So like, I'm like, no, cancel. And then I'm like, I just figured I could keep it. No, it won't even let you use the fucking map.
That's what I mean.
And I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm not using that. Yeah. You don't need access to my microphone. You're talking to me. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. Why do you need my microphone? You just need my speaker.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But so not only did like this like software or algorithm, whatever they came up with, not only just target like everyone, like it didn't target everyone the same. It would, within their system, it would find people that they thought were more like impressionable or that easier to like change their minds. Mm-hmm. So they would go after those like hundreds of thousands of people instead of the other ones.
Sure.
And then they would start sending ad after ad.
Just bombarding them.
With Trump shit or whatever it was. Apparently there was some shit that fake ads were being put out by Russia to the US regarding Black Lives Matter. It would be for some app or whatever, and then you would get a notification or whatever to join a protest for Black Lives Matter that was happening at whatever.
Yeah, they were organized protests, and it would be people in Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not that they wanted, like, this is where people get confused about the Russia shit. It's not that they wanted Trump to win. All they want to do is sow discontent and distrust in democracy. They don't give a fuck who wins. They win by everyone hating each other.
Yeah.
Which is what's happened.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking hates everybody now based on who the fuck you like or don't like.
Yeah.
Based on politics, and it's based on that shit. They're winning by that. They're running fucking Black Lives Matter protests. They're running anti-Black Matter protests side by side, and it's the same fucking account. Yeah, and everyone's clicking on it.
So one of the girls or women that they have, like that they follow for this documentary, and that plays a big role in this documentary because she worked at Cambridge Analytica.
Mm-hmm.
She fucking is in bumfucking nowhere. The first time you see her, she's like, let's face this way so nobody can see where we are. They're in like a fucking pool, and that's all you see. Like, you see water and then fucking mountains or fucking forest.
The CIA will be able to figure that shit out.
100%.
They'll be able to tell the fucking tile manufacturer.
She came back to...
That bitch is already dead.
Probably. She came back to give a statement to whatever jury or whatever when they were doing the whole thing for Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah, because that is some super fucking dodgy shit. I think what fucked them is, like, it wasn't the data mining that was the bad part. It was the part that you were discussing about, I click on something and therefore everyone I know is now
literally
compromised.
Everybody in your...
And that's where they fucked up, is because everyone clicks okay to the terms and services. If they just rocked on that, they would have been fine. Yeah. But it's when people don't click on that, and then you're doing the same shit as if they did.
In those terms and services, it said you're
have
allowing
your contacts and stuff. Yeah,
literally, but not only like contacts, like literally everything, personal messages.
It's fucked up, man.
It's fucking insane. So like that, I still like what you were saying with Google. How if you use Google Maps, you're allowing them to have access to your microphone.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
So again, I still believe that. Whatever we say right now, if we were to say fucking Mitsubishi fucking 7 more times, I'm going to get fucking Mitsubishi 100%. Ads on my Instagram.
I'll give you a perfect example of that. I'm sure I've told you this before.
I get them all the time.
Yeah, but
literally get targeted ads all the time.
3 or 4 years ago, Antonia and I were sitting in the basement. It was like a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And we were just talking shit. We didn't have the TV on or nothing. We were just talking shit, and I think it was around Christmas time, and we were talking about that Mele Kalikimaka Christmas song, that fucking Hawaiian Christmas Day song.
Yeah.
So we were like singing it to each other. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to put it on. So I go to YouTube, and I type in M, and the first hit is Mele Kalikimaka. Now think about all of the videos on YouTube that start with M, and how infinitely popular they are than a song from 1956. Like,
that's the first one that comes up.
But as soon as you type in M, the first hit is Mele Kalikimaka. I've spelled perfectly.
I've had it with...
Like, what is that?
Dude, it's insane. I've had it with, like, celebrities. You talk about somebody, and then you go to type it in Google, and you type, like, 2 letters.
1 letter, yeah, boom, it's up.
The first one that pops up, and how many celebrities start with, like, J, for example. Like,
yeah.
So many.
Yeah. Jennifer Aniston is who you've been Google searching constantly.
Yeah. Well, yes. Still waiting on them nudes.
Here is... Come on, iCloud hack.
Yeah.
The fappening.
Oh, man.
Here is the thing that bugs me about that documentary is I know what they're talking about, and it's 100% true. They definitely manipulated data, and they accessed voters who may or may not have voted before. But the reason that the 2 elections in question, I haven't seen the documentary, but I'm pretty sure it's about Brexit and Trump getting elected, right? Because I think it's from like 2017.
So it was more just on Trump, because they referenced like, so Trump had, it looked at like ads or whatever that got put out on whatever.
Yeah.
And literally Trump has like 3 times as much as Hillary.
Okay.
And it was like, literally it was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And it's because supposedly Trump's campaign people
utilize some of these,
went to Cambridge Analytica, and we were like, we want to use you. We want you to help us
Yeah.
do whatever you do to get access to
I
all
don't
these
deny
people.
that it gave them 3 times as much exposure, but it didn't get them elected. I would argue.
But what they're saying is
because the real reason that Brexit and Trump happened are from decades long of people being pissed off about certain things, so they go fuck you.
Yeah.
Now, whether they may have done that before or not is maybe a question, but I don't think that the analytics department manipulated that many voters who voted for Obama for 2 terms to then turn around and vote for Trump, which absolutely happened.
Well, yeah, but it says here, like one of the things they said was they didn't just target everybody the same. Within the personality and that was developed with these 5,000 data points, they could determine who was easily impressionable or like easy to change the mind of. And when you start bombarding them,
it's a fancy way of saying an undecided voter.
Yeah, but they could have been like Hillary all the way. But then when they start seeing all this shit, all the negative shit that's coming out about Hillary that Trump was putting out, and then all the shit that Trump was saying he was going to do and all the good shit Trump was going to do. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you're changing the mind of all these other people within the campaign. I'm not saying it's happening within 2 ads.
No, I get what
when you're getting ads
when all your
6 months.
If you're on Facebook for 3 hours a day, all of a sudden your whole Facebook page after a few clicks is now one thing.
Yeah.
And then you go down that rabbit hole. I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just there was a lot of people that weren't affected. Like if you just run the numbers of how he got elected and shit like that, and I know people are going to freak out. Oh, he lost popular vote. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah. There's a lot of people that voted for Trump, that voted for Obama for 2 terms. Yeah. Mathematically, it's impossible. Yeah. Those people weren't getting persuaded by Facebook ads. There's a lot of people that aren't on Facebook ads. A lot of old people aren't on Facebook. Oh, actually, a few are.
Facebook is an mostly old person app.
But in 2016, who knows, right?
Yeah. I just think it's
like, fascinating shit, and it's fucked up. Because apparently the social dilemma is about that too. I haven't seen that yet, but it's right along those same tracks.
Because
I think that's mostly about just the algorithms, though.
Yeah,
like the AI aspect of like how it's manipulating everything across the board.
Because they showed clips, like they did a whole thing because the whole point of the thing was trying to get this guy wanted his data to be his.
Yeah, like how do you give me my data back? Is there any way?
No, right now there's no way. They don't have to give up anything.
No, because you clicked one box and clicked OK because you wanted to
even though it's all your personal fucking
because
information.
You wanted to fucking use an app one time.
Yeah.
You wanted to play stick tennis.
Yeah.
So you clicked the OK box and fucking away
this guy, his kid was like 11. And he was saying by the time my daughter is 16, she'll have over 7,500 data points collected on her.
Good for her.
And that's like
new record.
and that's like limiting her exposure as much as he can.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, it manipulates, it understands where you, and the thing that it does, and I just know this from my Facebook feed, just for me clicking on 2 Liverpool videos, it thinks all I care about is Liverpool.
Yeah. It doesn't
which is good, because I'd rather see that than fucking
your phone, though.
All fucking Bernie Sanders or all fucking Donald Trump shit.
It's not just your phone, though. Every time you go and use your credit card.
Oh, it's everything.
It's collecting that data
it's everything.
there. Like
Visa sells your information. Like, why is Visa selling your fucking purchasing information to advertisers?
Crazy.
It's everything. And it's the fucking...
Like, I knew it was fucking insane.
You just didn't know.
But not to this extent.
Well, and again, back to the fucking apps. It knows which stores you visit. Like, when I used to get in my car in the summer times on Thursday nights because I would go to golf.
Yeah.
And this is Apple Maps, which doesn't sell your data. So, but it knows where you're going. I get in my car on a Thursday night. I golf on Thursday night. So I get in around 3:30. If I got in my car at 3:30 from this location, it'd be like 26 minutes to the golf course I was going to golf at. Every Thursday, every time I got in my car at 3:30, because it knew that if I was at this location, it just knew like, okay, he's on this 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
if he's getting in his car
routine.
on this Thursday, yeah, he's doing this. And that's them not selling my data. Because Apple Maps doesn't.
Using it.
That's just them like saying, hey, just a heads up, it's going to take you 26 minutes to get to the golf course. But Google Maps, on the other hand, is going, he's driving by all these things on the way and occasionally stops at A&W down the street.
Yeah, we're going to give A&W ads now.
Now, guess who's got an A&W coupon in their menu? But that's how it happens.
No, 100%.
I don't think I told you this. We used, those those good food boxes. Have you heard of those?
Yeah.
Meal prep shit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we did one when we were back at the townhome a couple years back.
Did you like it?
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. We used it for like a couple months, and you can sign up and you don't have to like do every week. So like we would just discontinue shit. And the one we used was Good Food. We did it at a different address, different names, and shit like that. So this is a fucking funny thing. So we used it for a couple months. We got rid of it. Just too busy, right? Because the thing, it's good, but if you sign up for like 4 days a week, you got to cook that shit 4 days a week. And if like you're golfing one night, or if Antonio's not home,
it's not getting cooked. Now it's just in the fridge.
That's what ended up happening, right? So, but the nice thing was we could cancel it. So we ended up canceling it. And then I think about a month ago, we started re-looking into a Good Food thing.
Yeah.
And so
there's so many.
There's a bunch out there now.
Yeah.
There wasn't when we first looked at it. And there was a bunch out there, and they're offering like, oh, it's like this many months free or whatever. So we were looking at a few, and she was Googling some shit. And then we get a letter in the fucking mail from Good Food to this address with our names on it. And we never had Good Food shipped to this address.
They just found it.
They just found it.
They got it. They got you.
Yeah, the information that they had was for our address in Newmarket, which is a town we don't live in anymore.
Yeah.
And they mailed us a letter recently. And if you go to like open a new tab on her computer, there's 2 ads. There's usually like 2 or 3 ads within like those clickbait articles, which I'm a big fan of, by the way. There's sometimes some good shit on there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, no stock shit.
But you notice how like there's always like 2 or 3 ads mixed in there?
Yeah.
Ours are Good Food, and there's another one that the name's mistaking me, but it's the same sort of service. And that's all we have now is our ads. And that was just from her looking up like what was the best deal at this time. Because they're always offering like free coupons, free weeks, and some are cheaper than others. Just weighing our options, just looking into it. Now we're getting fucking mail, and we don't have ad mail at our mailbox. So we don't get any flyers or coupons.
Yeah.
So the only way that the advertisers can get around that is that they put our names on shit and put our fucking address on it. So they put our fucking names on it and our new address, which they did not have beforehand. So how the fuck did they get that information? Google must have sold it to them at some point.
100%.
Because
somebody did.
Because they must have bought. I'm just thinking about this now as we're talking.
But also, if you had to update your visas and shit, if Visa's selling your data, information.
We both updated our Visas cards that we didn't put on that.
So many variables.
What I'm thinking is when you Google this shit, it must be some sort of subscription model. So like Good Food, we'll go to Google and be like, okay, anytime someone's Googling a meal prep within this location in this country, send us their information so we can target ad them. That must be just how it works. So we type it in, and then they're like, oh, Chris and Antonio, previous users, fucking whatever. Oh, this is their address. Perfect. We didn't know where the fuck they went. Boom. You get a fucking new letter with coupons and shit like that. And away you go.
Fucking
creepy fuckers.
Dude, I get targeted. Audrey makes fun of me all the time. She made fun of me on
You're
the
the
podcast.
target ad king.
But yeah, I actually look at the ads that I'm getting. Everybody gets them. And whether you like to admit it or not, like
I've targeted ads.
I get them all the time. Like I bought Audrey a new monitor for her birthday. All I've been getting since then
is monitor ads.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I don't need one. I just bought one.
No.
But again, like the Twisted Tea, it's not Twisted Teas.
American Classic, was it?
American Vintage.
American Vintage.
Way better than Twisted Tea, by the way. Thank you for giving me those target ads. I only buy American
Thank
Vintage.
you, Instagram.
I only buy American Vintage now. Because it's not malt liquor. It's just vodka.
Yeah, they're really tasty.
Yeah. I don't know. It just tastes better. There's no bullshit aftertaste.
Yeah.
Nice. And I like iced tea.
Yes. So do I.
Yeah.
And it's much better with vodka in it.
100%. Yeah. I don't drink pop on a regular basis. So if I want something sweet, give me one of them because it's got vodka in it.
We fucked up my cousin with one of those.
Yeah.
When we were at the cottage in the
summer. I fucked up Shane with one.
That's what I'm talking about.
One. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a different story.
No, it was that one.
It's not our fault he lost at King's Cup.
Lost at King's and fucking buried that
was
fucker
it King's
home.
He lost? Yeah.
Yeah. And down he went.
Man.
Sick as a fucking dog.
Oh, shit. That's so funny, man.
Yeah.
Dude, this...
It's creepy.
It really is.
It's an episode
I'm going to get fucking targeted ads now for Cambridge Analytica.
Hopefully. Speaking of fucking apps, I've cut all my fucking times down and I locked myself out of my apps now.
Nice.
I'm not sure if I was telling you.
I've just kind of stopped.
Yeah, I couldn't really stop. I was like trying to stop. I realized that I have like addictions.
I probably check my Instagram twice a day. That's it.
That's pretty good. I don't have Instagram, but Twitter was my bugaboo.
A lot of the times though, I check my Instagram because like me, my brother, and my cousin, we send each other like dumb shit.
Sure,
like
yeah.
Stupid
you have
videos.
Like a group chat within it.
Yeah, so like I'll get a
that,
notification, I'll clear it, but then I'll scroll a little bit.
Well, and then you suck you back in, right?
Yeah, sometimes I'll be pooping and I'll look at it, but I'm pooping. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm voiding my bowels. Yeah, it's natural.
Let me fucking enjoy myself. while I scroll the Instagram.
Physically and sexually. Yeah, I didn't realize that they had the fucking app limit thing, so I've cut all my shit down.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Smart.
Yeah, it helps. I'm down a third of my screen time.
I think the big thing for me was that I found a way to post Instagram shit through my computer.
So you don't actually have to go on the app.
Yeah, so like I'll do our little like design for our podcast when I post it.
Yeah.
So I'll do that on my computer, export it, and then upload it right on my computer. I don't even have to touch my phone.
Can you schedule posts on Instagram? Because I know you can on Twitter.
So not directly through Instagram. You can get
like other like
third party app
shit
that you have to allow access into all your social media shit.
And now they're into my fucking shit. Yeah, the shit we were just talking about.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm not a big fan of this. I'll pass.
Yeah.
And I really only post on a lot of shit, but a lot of the other shit is like 4 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they're more portfolio based. So I'll just like go through, I'll fucking update my shit. And then I'll go through, upload a bunch of like projects or whatever. And call it a day. But like Facebook, I don't go on. If I post on I was posting on Facebook for a little bit for the podcast. That was it. Just to like,
fun. Because
I have a shit ton of people on Facebook. So it's like, well, I can hit all these people up with my post.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I usually I'll post on Instagram and then say share on Facebook. Done.
That's the best way.
And then it's now on both
finished.
of them.
Yeah.
But now Facebook has access, or I guess bought Instagram or some shit.
Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp.
Because you can now direct messages on Instagram, I think. Or if somebody like comments, or I think if somebody comments on Instagram, it comes up on your Facebook Messenger. So like on my app, I'll get like 2 notifications now. I'll get it on my Messenger and Instagram, which I find very fucking annoying. Like, obviously I have Instagram. I don't need the notification on both.
Yeah.
But thanks.
I know, I just posted it there.
Eat shit.
Go fuck yourself, Facebook. God damn you, Facebook.
Yeah, no, I highly recommend watching that documentary. I found it very interesting.
It is fucking interesting. Problem is, it scares the fuck out of me, and there's nothing we can do about it. Other than just stop using that shit. That's really the only way around it.
Hard to fucking do. Especially, again, like you would literally...
That's why I started locking myself out of the apps, because I knew I couldn't stop on my own.
The guy made a point at the end of the documentary, was like...
We're all doomed. Good night, friends.
No, it's... You can't go off the grid now. Like, it's nearly impossible to go off the grid.
Especially if you have a smartphone, you can't.
100%.
No, there's no way. Because it's always collecting data at some point.
But if you've been on the internet, it's almost like it's
got something on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, like if you want to, if you're on these apps already, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, even if you delete your profile, they still have the data for you.
Yeah, which is fine. I can handle the targeted ads. It's the reason that I wanted to get off them is just because it's a time suck. It's like
100%.
You scroll through it and then a fucking hour's gone by. You're like, what have I just done the last hour other than just fucking stare at my fucking screen?
Yeah.
Which is annoying for me.
I get sucked into the mobile game sometimes.
Yeah, so I put limits on that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I got.
And do you have to go through like per game, or can you?
I selected all my games, so I have an hour limit on the weekdays for my games apps.
24 hours on the weekends.
No, like 30 minutes on the weekends, and then I'm off. I'm not allowed Twitter on the weekends.
Really?
No, and that's the only things I've restrictions on. That's the only things I really fuck around with. I don't have Instagram.
I know you're
Facebook.
A big Twitter guy. I never got into Twitter.
Yeah, and Twitter's just such a fucking negative fucking thing.
Oh, now it is. Before it was kind of funny.
But again, also like there's like my Twitter I think is pretty good too. Like it's funny. There's a mix of different shit on it.
Yeah.
But again, it's the time suck. It's like oh, I'm bored, I'll just pull out my phone and just stare at it.
Yeah.
And that's bugging me.
It's okay to be bored. Be bored.
Yeah, I agree. But my biggest problem is I just got fucking used to not being bored and staring at my phone. So I had to put some. I'm not gonna get rid of a fucking iPhone. I'm not gonna go like psychopath and go to a flip phone.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy the nice things of like being able to Google something or read an article occasionally.
Toss on music when you're at the cottage and find a playlist rather than having to pre-make one days.
Like
before.
I don't have a problem with certain things. It's just like certain apps I had a problem with. So now I've just started setting limits on it. And it's made a huge difference. Like I was down 33% the last 2 weeks.
That's good.
Since I put these things, that's a third.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just me only having limits on it. And when it's up, I just accept it and that's it, done. And then the thing that I also realized is having so my weekly limit on Twitter was I set myself for 30 minutes. And the only reason that it's that high is because, and this is just an excuse. It could be, okay, but hear me out. Like, for me, it's high, I think.
Okay.
But the reason that I have it that high is because at work, break and lunchtime,
you're on it.
It's like everyone just kind of fucking flips to their phone and whatever. And I don't want to be on it at home. So usually by the time before my workday's over, I've maxed out on my phone. So now when I come home, I can't just sit there and stare at Twitter, which is what I was doing a lot of, which I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So I fucking max that out. And then my minor addiction / major addiction to online poker, I've put on to an hour limit during the day, and it's for the same work related reasons. And usually it's burned up by the time I get home or shortly thereafter. Or often I don't max out on my game limits, but I realized so I first started out, I'm like, okay, I'll put an hour limit on online poker. And then like as soon as that was burned up, I would just go and play another game. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like you're just cheating. You're cheating yourself because you're just finding something else to do.
Yeah.
So then I just put it the same hour. It's a total hour. Doesn't matter which game I use. But
on all games?
That's all I get.
Yeah.
And then I burn it up. And now this will be my first weekend of going like nothing on the weekends. Or because I don't need to do it. It's just and the thing that I did realize is because I would you lie to yourself about shit. So it's like, oh well, like I like Twitter because like I read the news and then like I stay informed. Dude, it doesn't having the 30 minutes, 30 minutes, like an hour and a half a day. It's just it makes no difference.
Yeah.
I go on. I'm like, oh, it actually is helping me because I'm like, oh, this is fucking stupid. I haven't even burned up the fucking data like the last few days, like my full time limit.
Yeah.
So it's weaning me. I'm trying to wean myself off it
slowly but surely.
Yeah. But I know if I delete the fucking app, I'll just fucking jump right back on it.
See, I've heard some people, like a lot of photographers are like, I guess it's not necessarily for them, like they're on the app too much. It's for them, like they were looking at people's work too much and
fucking up their own selves.
Yeah, or just like getting in their own heads, like, holy fuck, like this dude's putting out some crazy work.
Envy is the thief of joy.
And it's like, fuck, man, like I wish I was that good. I was literally just listening to a podcast and it was from back in April. And these two guys are talking. They're like, man, I've been when I look at other people's work and
shit.
And I get on like the thing. Yeah. It's like, fuck, like I'm not worthy. I don't do good work. Yeah, and they're in a slump for like 2 days a week. And then it takes them a while to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Like,
and that
I kind of get that, but I also like it because I look at a lot of people's work. Like one, like on my business account, I follow pretty much strictly interior designers, architects, custom home builders, people that I want to work for or that I do work for. And a lot of the times I'm looking at their shit that they're posting and being like, holy fuck, like they got dog shit images. I'm contacting them because I can fucking make it better and step up their quality for social media postings or promotional
material. Hey, you guys do
material.
nice work, but you photograph it like shit.
Yeah, whoever is doing your shit is
garbo,
terrible at photography. And again, but a lot of these people don't want to pay for it. They're going with the cheapest guy. Well, you're getting what you pay for.
It's like anything. Yeah.
But I like looking at it because it gives me a lot of inspiration. It's like, oh shit, like that's a cool perspective or cool composition. Or there was a trend and there still kind of is a trend where for interiors, a lot of photographers are putting people in the shots. Now they're not like, you can't make out like facial features or whatever, like they're blurred, But it was cool just to like have a body in the image.
To like sort of fill the room.
Yeah, and I heard one photographer talk about it and why she did it was because whether it be a homeowner or like a customer going into a building, whatever it was, they could picture themselves in the space.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it's like, oh, fuck, like, that's kind of cool. A lot of my clients don't want it, though, which is kind of nice, but...
It's an option anyway.
It's an option. A lot of editorial, I find, nowadays, that's like a requirement, but there's not a lot of...
Well, you are looking at it the right way, but a lot of people, and I'm not trying to generalize like an asshole, but I will. Yeah. A lot of people, when they see other people doing shit on social media, even if the other person's doing it for fake shit or whatever, you envy it, and it's really frustrating. And I think Instagram's the worst for that one.
100%. You're literally seeing one moment out of
a million.
Yeah, they could have been sitting there for an hour trying to get the right picture.
The only Instagram account worth following is Boyfriends of Instagram, because then you see how the magic is made. That's like the fucking behind the scenes. I looked at
that. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
For people that don't know,
I'll write it down.
For people that don't know what Boyfriends of Instagram, and I don't have Instagram, but my fiance used to, and we used to look at this show all the time. Boyfriends of Instagram is behind the scenes of Instagram. So like anytime you see like some girl basking in the fucking sunshine by a pool, and it's like just hanging out, there's a photo of her boyfriend taking that photo of her by some other dude that's like walking on the beach. So like it'll just be like some dude standing there, like shitty expression on his face, just with his iPhone in his hand. Dude, you're in Dominican Republic. Enjoy Dominican Republic. Why are you standing on this beach with a fucking iPhone in your hand, snapping photos all day long?
Yeah.
While she's doing 100 different poses, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Because there's a Girlfriends of Instagram fucking account too. They're not sexist in that fashion.
No, they're really not.
No. Anyway.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Let's wrap it up. Yeah.
Pack it in. mail.2seasonapod@gmail.com.
It's CJ Shade on Instagram, ITSCJSCHADE. Hit us up with any feedback, comments,
nudes, whichever you prefer.
Whatever you want to send us, send it our way. We will sell your data.
We are in the data mining business. And the whole reason we brought this whole podcast up was to sell and mine your data.
Yeah.
T-shirts are a minor industry. The real money's in the data making industry.
That's the cover-up industry.
Yeah, exactly. And as always, whoever listens, continues to listen, just found us. Thank you.
We love the support.
Yeah.
We love you guys. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. We're out. Deuces.
Deuces.